Hello everybody, I am Samuel15 the Dragon Tamer here, and welcome to Pokemon TCG Online. Now, some of you guys may have known, there's a recent update which updated the format, and now it's boundaries crossed up to Furious Fist, or boundaries crossed forward, basically. And because of that, we lost several stuff for Blastoise that was kind of important, especially that Tropical Beach. Without that Tropical Beach, this deck really will struggle a little bit. But, you know, we have one or two few things that we could work with, and it's maybe soften the blow, I guess. We also lost Level Ball, which also was a bit of a blow, but oh well. So, alright, let's go first. First, we have the two Black Kyurem, and we power this up by Blastoise, and you guys should know what Blastoise does right by now, but Blastoise has a pretty good ability called Deluge, meaning if you have water in hand, just put it on your Pokemon. That's pretty much what it does. Shell Shield, this is the Squirtle you want to use, the one with Shell Shield, because it prevents bench damage. Now these are kind of hard to find because these are commons. No one really puts commons up for trade online, so you're going to have to request it yourself instead of looking for it. We also have Keldao. It's a pretty good attacker still. There's a lot of Mewtwo in the format though, so yeah, a lot of people have been playing Mewtwo as of late, so maybe the new Blastoise you guys should use is Blastoise Mewtwo Keldao. I'm actually thinking about doing that instead, simply because number one, it ups the consistency, and two, Kyurem, there's really no more point to it at this point. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, 200 damage is nice, but Megas are kind of starting to get a little popular. And not to mention that, you know, this counters, but at the same time, you know, Druddigon isn't that popular anymore, because when Druddigon first came out, it was like played on every other deck, but now not so much anymore, because Blastoise has, well, died down. No one really expects to see that. So I can think you could probably play this deck every once in a while, like, surprise people, like, play it at a League Challenge when no one expects it, just because people are not going to expect Blastoise to be there. No one really does, but you can still play Blastoise, you know. It's not as expensive as it used to be, especially with Tropical Beach out, but alright, back to the thing. With Pokemon, we have Electrode to help for consistency during mid and late game. Electrode's really good for that. If you get end, like, when you only have 2 or 3 prize cards left, it's going to be a little bit of a, it's a little tough. I can't remember how many games I, lost because I just couldn't draw anything without Electrode. So we also have Dazzling Machine just to get stuff back. It's just good for the rare candy if we may need one. Superior Energy Retrieval, that's what it's probably used for. If I'm going to use Dazzling Machine, 9 times out of 10, it's probably either for Starling Megaphone for Garbodor or Superior Energy Retrieval or a supporter. Or normally I get a supporter with the in the form of Juniper, Lysandra, or N. I normally don't Dazzling Machine for Colress, but sometimes I do. And so let's go back to the items. Not items. We have a 4 Ultra Ball, you know, instead of 3. We also have Colress. 2 Colress, 2 Lysandra. Lysandra is basically a catcher effect for N. 2 Pokemon Fan Club. I think I might want to add another just because how good Fan Club really is. Well, in this deck anyway, it gets you any 2 basic Pokemon, so it can get you a 2 Squirtle, a Squirtle and a Black Kyurem, a Squirtle and a Voltorb, stuff like that. We have 4 and 3 Juniper because we really don't want to discard the stuff so much. 2 Skyline. The reason why we don't play that many Skyline in this deck anymore is simply because all the items we have are either 2 or 4 ofs, you know. We have 4 Rare Candy, 4 Spirit Energy Retrievals, 4 Ultra Ball. We have 2 Starling Megaphones and 2 Professor Letter. So really there's no point in Skyline anymore, since you can just draw into that, but Skyline is just nice to have, just in case, you know. We have 2 Training Center, just because, you know, we're not really going to attack with Blastoise all that much, except in the Pyro matchup. But that's really what it's for. Giving the Pyro an extra few damage is not really going to mean too much. And we also have this for Frozen City and the Plasma decks because, you know, I just feel like having a stadium in this deck is just good, you know? I don't ever want to play Blastoise without a stadium in here. If you can play a stadium here, play it. I normally would maybe play a Pokemon Center, because that way you can rush in, rush out, heal like 20 damage or something like that, whatever it does. But Pokemon Center has rotated out of the format, so I feel like this is the best stadium for this deck. And I wanted to tell you this, guys. Blastoise is not as good as it used to be. That's 100% fact. I don't think this is going to win any regionals. I could be wrong. It could pull a surprise victory, but it's not a tier 1 deck anymore. It's not. It's tier 2. You know, it's still good. I mean, hitting for 200 damage if you can is always going to be good. I will not stress that enough. But I feel like maybe we should stop playing the Kyurems and go with Blastoise. But, you know, since I'm Area 15 and I'm the Dragon Tamer, we're going to play a deck with Dragons in it, damn it. With the exception of Garbodor and Lander's deck. I just have a soft spot in my heart for that deck. Anyway, I'm going to call this Blastoise 20. That's the season. 2014-2015 is the season that we're in, so that's why. I'm just going to call this Blastoise, so meh. Actually, I want to edit it a bit. Like, I'll just keep the sleeves for now. Alright, that's like 5 minutes off my time. I didn't need to explain that much, I think. No, it's 7 minutes. Sorry about that. I'm so bad. Alright. And let's play. Looking for an opponent. Yeah, Blastoise, this deck is still kind of good, you know. It still will always be kind of good. It won't be as good as it used to be, and that's just sad, but I don't know if this is the final draft of this Blastoise deck. I'm still going to be tinkering around with this deck a little bit. And some of you guys may have realized I've been playing on Twitch yesterday, and I'll be playing on maybe some later on today. Whenever I feel like deck testing, I'll just play some alternative music in the background and just play for an hour or two, or however I feel like playing. Because, you know, I just need a deck test for this new format. See what I get. Ooh, 2 Keldao. Keldao, Blastoise, Keldao, Squirtle. Oh, why did I... Oh, wow, I can just rush in. Just rush in. I'm not going to attach the water energy to the active one. I'm going to the non-active one. And I'm going to end. Opponent has a Mewtwo. Oh, this is a good start. The only thing that would be better of the start is if I were to start with a Tropical Beach, but I can't have Tropical Beach in this format anymore. Bummer. So that's why I think maybe put a 1-1 Volt, a 2-2 Voltorb line, just so I can draw them into them a lot more, you know? That's what I'm thinking at this point. The 2-2 Voltorb Electrode line, you know? I just feel like it's kind of necessary. My opponent ed me. I'm actually very happy about that. Now, I don't think I need to say this, but this is not going to happen all the time. I cannot stress you enough. I do not think this will happen all the time. If ever. The reason being is because, well, the reason being is because of, I'm going to get rid of the Kyurem because I don't think I'll need it that much. And I'm going to get rid of the Fan Club. Yeah, this won't happen all the time because, like, it's very rare to get a turn 2 Blastoise. I feel like I need to get another Blastoise and just up the consistency levels of this deck. So right now I feel like this deck is fairly consistent. I want to like hold on to this water, but I don't know. Maybe it's the good thing to do. Yeah, but it is the good thing to do. Turn 2 Black Kyurem is not going to happen every day. I'm going to tell you kids that much. We're not going to see this every day. You really will not. Turn 2 Black Ballista. That does not happen very often, kids. It really does not. I feel like I should also play a Switch Roll Floatstone in this deck, but I don't. Oh well. Opponent's probably at the point going, ah, shit. Opponent roller skates. Hopefully my opponent does not get a Pyroar. Pyroar DC would not be very good. Don't have a DC in hand, dude. Actually, yeah, I don't really need to worry too much about that. Oh, my opponent's gonna catch her. What is my opponent gonna catch her? Oh, probably the freaking... Oh. Oh, I know what my opponent's trying to do. Either just trying to... My opponent's probably just trying to do stuff, or... I think my opponent was trying to make it so I would not be able to keep that thing active and just continue to bench, but whatever. Deluge. I did not get a supporter. That actually stinks. I'm gonna get another Chorus for 7. This is a downside of having a ginormous bench. But, you know, if I had a ginormous bench, this is what I would want to have. 2 Kyldeos. I'm trying to figure what I'm gonna get rid of here. Now, hopefully we can get a Superior Retrieval or something. Ooh, Deluge. I'm gonna match here. Chorus for a punch. Superior Retrieval away. Function. Retreat. And this this match honestly favors the Blastoise user if the person can get 2 or 3 Blastoises up at a time. That's really what it depends on. Because you have a big, scary 170 HP, 1 prize card taker in the form of freaking Blastoise. That's going to be tough to deal with. I can one-shot everything. My opponent could actually may have knocked me out, honestly, because if my opponent were to get a Muscle Band, DCE, and Muscle Band, DCE, Blacksmith would have done it. Hit me for 20. I had Lazandra in my head, but we all probably know how that matchup was going to end anyway. So, yeah, that's basically this deck. It wasn't very a long matchup, but it usually isn't. Otherwise, the Pyro just if this thing can end one or two ways. The Blastoise player gets 2 or 3 Blastoise up and just runs over the freaking Pyro, or Pyro can knock out the Squirtles before they can get ready, or just knock that one Blastoise, because normally it takes about 2 or 3 Pyro, I'm not even lying, to knock Blastoise out. I mean, sure, a Pyro has 140 HP, but you know, at most I think it's probably gonna hit for you know, if my opponent doesn't get lucky, you know, my opponent will have to take 2 or 3 turns. It can, yeah, actually, sometimes it may take 3 turns to knock out a single Blastoise. I'm not even lying. Because, alright, let's just say a Pyro hits me for 90, then hits me for another 90. Actually, that is a knockout. Oh well. But if it hits me for 60, and another 60, or 60 and a 90, that's 2 turns, and they'll survive. That's kind of scary, you know? Normally, you know, Blastoise almost never survives 2 turns, but still, Blastoise is very good in this matchup. So, for those who are playing Blastoise against Pyro, get those Blastoises out. Get those Blastoises out and you will win. You will just knock out everything on their field. I'm not even lying. But anyway, I'm Sammy15 the Dragon Tamer. I'm going to stop mumbling. Please like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.